Hi, everyone. This is Rich Allen with the Real Insights Group, real estate specialist serving Massachusetts residents and people that want to become Massachusetts residents. Today, we're going to be talking about the town of Norfolk, Massachusetts. A lot of people have been asking us about this particular town, and so we wanted to cover some of the benefits and pros and cons of living there. So these are some of the things that we're going to go over in this video. We'll look at the demographics. We always talk about the school systems. We'll try to see what employers there are, what kind of fun activities there are with hiking and parks and stuff. Restaurants, always near and dear to my heart, and the commuting situation, as well as some basic community information. So let's get started. It's a relatively small town, so Norfolk is about 12,000 residents, as you can see, and about 85% home ownership as opposed to people who rent. So that gives you some indication for the complexion of a town. Size-wise, it's about 15,000 plus acres, and it consists of about over 3,000 homes, which is about 94% of the basic living situation, and 198 condominium units, which is about 6%. There's also multifamilies and rentals, etc. But it gives you an idea for the complexion of the town. If you compare it to other towns here, you can look at Franklin, Medfield, Rentham, Millis. These are neighboring towns. The home ownership is, similar. The poverty rates are all pretty low, and the median home price right now, you can get a little better deal in Norfolk than some towns like Medfield, perhaps, at least according to the median home price. But they're all roughly comparable. But you get a lot for your money in Norfolk, as you'll see. Talking about the school system, for the K through 5 and 6 through 8 schools, the schools are highly rated and they're located right in Norfolk. For the high school, they rely on a regional school, and one of the best regional schools in the state, King Philip Regional High School, gets very, very good grades. And we'll take a look at some of the rankings so you don't have to take my word for it. I'm here to just give you the information from other sources, basically. So in terms of niche, and greatschools.org, two great places you can look yourself for school rankings. They're getting A's and B's and from niche, and 8s, 7s, 8s, and 9s out of 10, which is very good. In fact, if you compare that to the state average, Massachusetts, we're actually very lucky. Massachusetts has very good school systems as compared to most of the other 50 states. But the average is 6 to 7, and in Norfolk, they range, depending on the exact school, from 7 through 9. So considered top 15% basically in Massachusetts. Colleges and universities that are nearby, there's a bunch of them. Wheaton College, Deans, Stonehill, Bridgewater, etc. And then, of course, you're never too far by commuter rail or driving to Boston, which has dozens of great schools as well. So something to consider for the future. In terms of employment, Norfolk is not a big industrial town. There's not a lot of big employers. There's what you might expect from a small town, which is going to have employment at restaurants and stores and the school system. King Philip was listed here, but that's not in the town of Norfolk. It's a neighboring town, but many people live in Norfolk and commute to King Philip. It's not far. So chances are you'll be commuting or driving somewhere for another job. In terms of fun stuff to do, hiking trails, there's a lot of great hiking trails, parks, reservations. One of the ones I love is the Stony Brook Wildlife Sanctuary. This is associated with the Audubon Society, and as are some of these others here as well. And really wonderful place to unwind, relax, enjoy, commune with nature. Not a bad thing to do. There's other parks as well. I'll highlight the Kingfisher Farm Conservation Area. But, try all these places. Whether you're going to move to Norfolk or not, these are great places to relax. In terms of golf, many people are big golfers. There's a Four Kicks Sports Complex you can see pictured here. They have a lot of things, not just golf. They have a big indoor facility, and they do a lot of things. And you're not too far from neighboring towns and many golf courses. So you can join country clubs if you like anywhere and play in public courses as well. Other sports, the town system and all the school system has regional fields. But interestingly, you're not far from Gillette Stadium. So if you want to visit the New England Patriots or the New England Revolution, or at this very moment, the World Cup, you can get to Gillette Stadium very quickly. It's not a far drive at all. In terms of casual dining, you've got Pub 99, we've highlighted here, Dunkin' Donuts, things like that, the Foxborough House of Pizza. And in terms of upscale dining, there's not too many places directly in Norfolk. I'm aware of Novato's Bar and Grill, which has got both steak and seafood. And most of the other places are in neighboring towns. In fact, I'm highlighting here Patriot Place, which again is not far. It's where we just talked about it, where the Patriots play. And there's got to be a dozen restaurants down there, as well as concerts and bowling and a lot of activity. So you get some good nightlife if you want to get down to Patriot Place. In terms of supermarkets, same thing. There's some small markets scattered throughout Norfolk, but for the big ones, you might end up driving to a neighboring town, but it's not far. Franklin and BJ's Wholesale Club and Hannaford Market are all in Franklin, 5-10 minutes away max, and you can see there's other stores as well. In terms of commuting options, they do have their own station considered the Franklin Foxborough line. To get to South Station Boston is about 60 minutes, and the trains run every 30 to 60 minutes. A little less in terms of bus service, so chances are you'll need a car to get around and do your supermarket shopping. But you may be able to get a house within walking distance of the commuter rail, depends on your lifestyle. And this also highlights how far it is to Worcester and Providence. So you can get to all three of these cities driving. They're all 30, 35 miles plus or minus, and an hour, again, plus or minus of driving, and can all be obtained or reached by commuter rail as well. In terms of community and safety, we sometimes look at websites like neighborhoodscout.com and the police department in every given town. And crime is considered low. It's measured here in terms of 65% lower than the national average. That was a Neighborhood Scout term. You can do additional research, but it strikes me as a safe town. In terms of other community items, there's a vibrant downtown area and activities throughout Norfolk, actually. One of the things I like to go to is the Norfolk Mass Farmers Market. I love supporting the local farmers and getting fresh produce for the time that we can get it in New England. So I highly encourage you to explore that. So in summary, why Norfolk, Mass? Why would people move there? Well, again, we talked about the school systems are great. It may be more affordable than some other suburbs, not the ones that we mentioned, but others, up in the Natick, Newton, Wellesley area, even Hopkinton. There's a lot of nice areas with great school systems, but they're significantly more expensive. You've got your own commuter rail with an easy path to South Station, a safe community. You're not far from Gillette Stadium and Patriot Place, which has a lot to offer, and basically easy access to major retailers, shopping, and some great neighborhood places with both shopping and parks and hiking. So it's got a lot of pluses. Things to keep in mind: limited public transit within town. It's not a big bus system or train system within the town, so you probably need a car. And limited downtown and nightlife area. It's not it's not like you're living in Boston or a major city, but by going to Gillette Stadium and that whole area, Patriot Place really gives you a nice feel for the nightlife, I believe. So Norfolk, it may appeal to anybody, but in particular, I would think professionals that need to commute to Boston via the MBTA rail, those that are seeking the quiet, safe New England life, appreciate outdoors, and just wanting a really nice suburban quality living at a discount to some of the other beautiful towns that we have in Massachusetts. And we'll be talking about many of those other towns in other videos. But if you'd like to consider Norfolk, or someone who might consider Norfolk, please send them these links. The first one allows them to get a free consultation if you want to talk more about how it would be for you in particular to locate to Norfolk. Use our little calendar with the Norfolk Relo link. And then in terms of seeing what homes are available, we have an active live link we keep all year, every day, every week, every month. It's updated. realinsyghts.com/Norfolk. We do that with most towns in the areas we serve, and that'll show you everything that's on the market right now. So we've really enjoyed presenting this information to you. We hope you subscribe and look at other videos and our Living in Mass series, which is growing every day, every week. You can click on the link below and see other videos for other towns that you may consider moving in. So until next time, this is Rich Allen signing off from the Real Insights Group. Thanks again for your attention, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.